Okay, we're back for part 2 of this Roland Cube 60 chorus, and I was getting some strange results from this rectifier chip, and I erroneously thought by disconnecting these two filter caps that you remove the connection between the voltage rails and the power amplifier. That's not true. They're there to smooth it. But there is still a connectivity. And what I did is I went to the schematic and I found this link W20, and by removing that, that will remove the continuity from here to the negative power rail on the power amp. So what I'm looking for is this behavior to get better, in which case I have to chase down a short later on. Although I've been measuring stuff and I can't find anything wrong, and I forgot. I yanked all these transistors from the power amplifier. There's the power chips over here, you can't see them in the dark. They're yanked out. The only two left are the line driver chips before the power chips. And I've taken them out and tested them. They tested good. I mean, and there's like only, 3 capacitors in there from looking at the schematic that could be shorted out, and I'm probing them and I can't find a short that way. So I yanked out this link W20, and that will finally truly isolate the negative to the rail, negative voltage rail to the power amplifier, part of this chassis. Okay, so let's see what I can do. I think I'm gonna turn it on. I think pulling it towards me turns it on. We'll see. I'm gonna get this circuit going, which goes to the variac, and from the variac goes to the isolation transformer. From the isolation transformer goes to power the amplifier. So I'm gonna turn that on, increase the voltage. Let's see, I'm not getting anything on my oscilloscope, although this oscilloscope needs big time cleaning. I had to really mess around with it a lot before I made the last video. See that? It is on, so I got the indicator LED. But this is just the crap I have to deal with sometimes. So this is the only oscilloscope I have at the moment, so I have to really just open her up and clean the contacts or something. But it wants to do something. It wants to show something. Now, I hadn't touched the settings since the last video. That's okay. I got my voltmeter. It's set to AC. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probe. Just going to probe to the negative. I'll do both sides. Got the negative. So I'm probing AC. No, AC, actually just want to do the fuses. So you got 14.3 volts there, 14.4. 14.3, 14.4, and that's, let's see if I can operate these probes with one hand. So again, we're before rectification, 14.4 on that side, and the other side, 14.4. Okay, now I'm going to probe, let's see. You know what? If I'm probing the rectifier, I didn't do that last time. I should do DC. See, almost got that. That was the rectified sawtooth pattern. Maybe one of these days. There we go. So that's the negative rail. So I'm going to put this over to DC. Put it to 200 volts. Okay, so I'm going to try this again. So I'm hitting the positive rail. The lighting is crappy. I got close to 20 volts. Now I'm going to do the negative rail. Look at that. Negative 12.8 volts. And I have fully isolated that circuit. I've lifted up W20, that last remaining link, to the rest of the board. And that's only generating 12.8 volts negative rail voltage. And unfortunately we're getting clouded out. Basically 20 volts on the positive. Negative 12.8 there. I'm going to just increase the variac. So that got bigger. Okay. Let's just see what I get for negative 15 volts. And I'm going to do the positive side. Unfortunately, it gets really shady. 23 volts. Again. Negative 15. I'm going to go to the positive. $23. So I don't think she's good. Not at all. So that's part 2. I'm gonna look at the circuit, but let's see, is this any information here? Let's see if I can. Do I have a chopstick anywhere? Well, I have a million chopsticks, but is there one that's easily accessible? I'll just use this pen. But here's the printed circuit, and here's the negative, and here's the positive. And if we follow the negative probe, it goes on this trace, and it goes to this filter cap. But even if you remove the filter cap, the trace still continues, and it goes here. Let me do that again. I'm not following with the camera. So here's the negative post of the rectifier. Follow the trace. It goes to this filter cap. Here's the middle of the two filter caps where they meet, where the negative, the ground is. But even if you remove that filter cap, the trace still continues. And if you look here, here's W20. If I lift W20 up, that's the end of the road. There is nothing else. So I think that sealed the deal. We're getting a new rectifier bridge chip, despite the fact that out of circuit seems to test great. I can't figure that out. All right, well, that was part 2 of the Roland Cube chorus. I hope you enjoyed that escapade, and I just wanted to show that, you know, the voltage before the rectifier is fine, right? We did that, we tested it where the fuses, each fuse leads to the negative, and the other one leads to the positive, so they lead to those. So the AC, the transformer, is beautiful. It's just out of here that's no good, and there you go. There's, let's see if I can really shine a light on it so you can see. But there, I lifted it up. It's not touching anything. There, maybe, yeah, so you can see sort of like that wire hanging above the board. Yeah, there is no connection. It's done. Let's see. Can you read the W's? But yeah. All right, I'll be ordering that chip and replacing it. It's seen a good life. All right, that is it for this video.